Alright folks, we are going to build a new team for Monster Sanctuary 1.3. Now, Monster Sanctuary 1.3 brought in a host of new changes, including the new skills Counterattack and Sidekick support. Sidekick support lets you do healing, shielding, and buffing as a sidekick action, which means it triggers additional heals, additional shields, and also additional damage. So we're going to use that to trigger a stupid amount of heals, buffs, and damage hits. And because from feedback from quite a lot of you, some of my previous videos on beating champion monsters and 5-starring them, they're not quite as successful for some of you as they used to be. And I think this is due to some of the changes that have come around in 1.1, 1.2. This team will solve all your problems and will 5-star monsters again, help you get all the champion monsters you want. Okay, so first up, we need a buffer that is capable of applying the new sidekick support. So we want Dracozoll. So for this, we're going to want to round up quite a few Draconovs that we can find in the magma chamber. And to get a Dracozoll, we have to get an Ice Stone and take the Draconov and the Ice Stone to the evolution tree. Gets us a Dracozoll. And ideally, we want a dark version of him for the blacksmithing, which lets us increase the amount of stats we get from equipment for our entire team. Now, this guy is going to be our buffer. So obviously in the third tree, we want the sidekick support, and we want multi-sidekick, so we can make use of this as much as possible. He's also going to apply shields from buffs, and this is going to be based on our max mana. We're also going to take the multi-barrier and the shielded barrier. We're interested in some dragon mastery, so applying debuffs by dragons add additional effects. And to exploit this to its max, we're also going to take the multi-chill that's over in the right-hand tree. So because this buffing and shielding all depend on its defense and its max mana, we're building defense and we're building mana in the equipment. So we've got Cestus, Gauntlet, Diadem, and Brooch. Next up, we're going for a second buffer. Here we're going Ninkinanka, and we want a light version of him. So this time he's going to let him share his buffs with allied monsters every time he gets buffed, which is going to combo really well with that sidekick effect. You can get a Ninkinanka by taking a Ninky and a magical clay to the evolution tree. And this guy can build some stupid stats based around his health. We're going to take the third tree, we're taking multi-regen, we're taking multi-sidekick again. So that's 6 instances of sidekick we can apply just for playing silly. Heroic Party means everybody's going to deal additional damage for every buff on it, which is going to be a ton of buffs. We're taking buffing heal, which means every time we buff, we heal via magic. That heal is then going to apply a shield from our healing shield. And also, to complete the full circle, those actions are going to be buffed by sidekick. It's going to get assistance as well, so every heal that comes from the monster is going to have a 10% chance to apply more sidekick, up to a maximum of 6 sidekicks that we're going to have. We also want to make sure to take Life Overload in tree 1 and 3, and that's going to help us buff our health and buff our magic. And then we want to take just some damage items from the 1 and 4 trees. As I said, this guy's power is based all around his health, so we're going to stack tons of health in the equipment. We've gone Thorn Tendril for the magic, also for the crit damage and the bleed for fun times. Totem, Charging Sphere, Fin. Again, if you don't have these golden items, standard items that add health, maybe add a bit of magic, will serve you really well. And look at that, we've got 8k health, we've got 730 magic, we're sorted. So we actually need a damage dealer in all this, we can't just have 3 buffers. So damage dealing dragon, Draco Noir. We want the light version of him, he's going to be allowed to equip additional accessory, and we can get him by applying a dark stone to another Draconov and doing that at the evolution tree again. This guy's damage is also going to be all about applying stacks of blind. So we're going to take Shadow Storm in the second tree. We're going to take Shadow Grasp in the 4th tree for the individuals. And we're going to take the Dark Shroud Ultimate. So we're applying as many stacks of blind as we possibly can. And chances are by the time we get there, any retort, we're not going to take much damage because there's going to be so many misses. Other than that, it's all about taking all of the critical damage and critical chance items. And that also works when we're looking at the equipment as well. So for the equipment, we've got Scythe, Thermal Reactor, Fang, tarot card for an additional sorcery and channel because most of our damage is going to be magical, and also a fin. So because we're going to be stacking multi-regen alongside the multi-sidekick, we're going to be regenerating a huge percentage of our health every round. And so to make the most of this, we want tons of health on all our monsters rather than defense. Health means we'll regenerate more health. We can take more damage. So all three of our monsters are getting fed bananas for an extra 750 health. If you want with Draco Noir, you could maybe go for some more critical damage or some more critical chance, but I like their health. So what does this look like as a team? Okay, well first, we're going to apply Quicken, and that's going to apply Sidekick to everybody. Then with Ninkinanka, we're going to apply Support for more Sidekick on everybody. Then it's Draco Noir's time to shine with Dark Shroud. Racking up tons of hits, racking up 5 stacks of blind, so we're unlikely to take any damage back, and we're already buffed to the eyeballs. You can see here we've already got 5 stacks of Sidekick on Draco Noir, 5 stacks on Ninkinanka. We are laughing. See all the misses that go flying in there, not a problem. So for the second round, we're going to apply some Dragon Skin, so Spell Shield and Barrier on everybody gives us more survivability. Then it is just a case of, with Ninkinanka, perhaps picking a damage that is going to do Exploit a Weakness, and keep on applying the blinds with the Dark Shrouds with our damage dealer. And very quickly, you'll see you'll whittle them down. And then it gets to the point where one last Shadow Grasp, whack him, all the hits in, let the debuffs take the work. 5 turns it's taken us. That is a nice, comfortable 5-star of Brutus. That shouldn't be a problem for you guys. I think the other option, if you want to take this to like a 6-man team, there are some people doing this on the PvP leaderboard, and that's using Changeling, who also has the Sidekick support, and a whole set of goblins. I think you're probably a little bit weak if you face a massive debuff team, because you don't really have a huge way of getting rid of tons of debuffs. But other than that, it's a really strong team. So good luck with it. Let me know how you get on. Here's a couple of other Monster Sanctuary videos, and good luck with your Monster Sanctuary, guys. I'll catch you in a bit.